Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. That was so lame. I'm sorry.
Fuck shit, pussy ass, motherfucking damn bitch, bitch, damn motherfucking ass, pussy shit, fuck.
It was like a school trip, and yeah. So as we were left to eat, I saw people going into McDonald's, maybe KFC. I don't know. I don't hang out with people. I'm alone. Since like it was the first day, and if I'm in Paris, then might as well eat something special. So I was like, I'm not gonna go into McDonald's, but I also wasn't gonna spend an atrocious amount of money at the cafe on that square. So I went into some random small street and found a tobacco store that also sold sandwiches for some, like, I saw that later as well. Like, why is that a thing? Like tobacco stores selling sandwiches? Are you okay? So like I bought myself a chicken sandwich there, and I just sat there on a bench and I ate it. Actually, like, I really enjoyed the Republic Square. It was like pretty chill there. There were just people casually hanging out, and I think that was like one of the most enjoyable things about this trip as well. Not just on this first day, but like in general, just seeing people just being people and hanging out and doing their own shit and minding their business. The sandwich was mediocre though, but like it's kind of whatever. After the food break, we basically just had our first walk around the city. We visited some parks. Our teacher gave us some lectures about like history and shit and why is everything the way it is and all that type of stuff. I didn't really find it interesting, so I wasn't filming. After that walk, we kind of had like a few hours free as well. And then I did something that I was actually planning on doing on the second day, but then I felt shit about myself, so I just went ahead and did it anyway. No, I did not do drugs. Don't do kids' drugs, okay? I bought myself a binder. A chest binder. If you don't know what that is, it's basically, I don't like my tits, so I'm gonna push them down until they are not there. Why am I so stupid? I had kind of been waiting for that for about, a year, longer than a year even. Like, I've wanted to have a flat chest for like the longest time, and I never had the chance to buy my own binder. The store that I bought it from is called Dollhouse. It's like a lingerie sex shop actually, but like they stock up with the Underworks binders at the start of every month. They only have them in black and white. But like if you want to buy a binder and if you feel like you need one, then like beggars can't be choosers. It was a really positive experience. The lady that was at the shop, she didn't ask me anything. She didn't question my gender identity. She was very understanding, and she just made the experience very pleasant. The worst thing is when you're like doing something that like may not be 100% aligned with your gender, and then somebody asks like, hey, are you fucking bored or something, or like I once had a person tell me that I have gender dysphoria. That person didn't ask me if I was having some problems. That person wasn't like, hey, I'm concerned, are you okay? No, that person was straight up like, you have gender dysphoria. And I'm like, bitch, who the fuck are you to tell me what the fuck I have and don't have, okay? But anyways, the environment there was like really friendly, And when I had doubts about my binder being the right size, I could easily just come back and, they'd let me try on a smaller size. Just very friendly people there, okay? Just, yeah, basically, if you need a binder and you're in Paris, then that's the place to go, really. Although you're better off coming there at the beginning of the month, because then they will probably have more binders, because, like, for example, they didn't have short binders in my size, so I had to settle for a long one. And you know what? I already get really hot really easily, and now add on a long binder, okay? Imagine that. But, like, genuinely, my self-confidence has gotten like 10 times better since I bought the binder, because, like, I actually feel like me. I don't know how to end this speech. Like, what was I even going for? Anyways, after that, we gathered and we went to Montmartre. I fucking hated it, to be honest. It's beautiful, okay? Don't get me wrong. But since it's a very crowded tourist attraction, you can imagine there are a lot of people there. But at the same time, the system for the toilets is not the best there. So people just kind of end up peeing outside. And it goddamn stinks. I had been to Paris before, and I had visited Montmartre before. And, like, if I had had the choice to not go to Montmartre this year, I wouldn't have gone. I'd say, like, if you're planning on going to Paris, then, like, if you really want to see Montmartre, then, like, sure, go ahead. But, like, if it's not, like, one of the top priorities of yours, then, like, I don't see how it's really worth it. Or maybe I'm just being over dramatic because of the smell. I don't know, okay? Afterwards, we just kind of walked around the area and we kind of stopped to eat. Just like before, everyone went wherever they wanted to. But since the area was notorious for having a lot of tourists, and is notorious, not was. What am I doing with this? Like, that's cringy, okay? Basically, all the food there was fucking expensive. I went into a pizzeria. It was a really nice, calm place. There was, like, a guy behind the piano playing live music. Then, when I got handed the menu, I looked at all the stuff that was there, and everything was expensive, and I didn't want to spend too much money on just my first day. So I just ordered a margarita, which was 11 euros, by the way. I guess that's okay, but that's not what I would normally spend on a pizza. But it's alright, I'm in Paris, at Montmartre, you gotta expect that shit. And as for the drinks, they said they didn't have juices. So I just ordered a Coca-Cola because apparently that's the easiest drink to order in France. Literally. I drank more sodas in 9 days than I had before this year. So I eat, and the pizza was really good actually. But when I asked the waiter for, the receipt, so I can pay, I was told to pay 16 euros. Now remember the price of the pizza, right? That was 11 euros. That means I paid 5 euros for a Coca-Cola. I mean, of course, I didn't say anything. I didn't want to be rude, but, like, inside, I was fuming. Although, like, it's not all bad. I later found out that some of my classmates got kind of ripped off and their food was actually shit while being expensive. So I guess I got a bit lucky because at least my food was good. Like, I genuinely would eat there again if I hadn't been charged 5 euros for a Coke. I'm not gonna name the place, okay? Like, alright? So, after eating dinner, at around 10 p.m., we gathered and we went down to see the Moulin Rouge. I don't know what much to say here. And then we walked down a street of sex shops and went back to the hotel. And that concludes day 1 of my Paris trip. Woo! If you enjoyed this video and you're not subscribed to this channel, then maybe you can watch some other videos before deciding whether you want to subscribe, because I'm not gonna be posting Paris content forever or travel content, and I don't need any more empty subscribers, okay? And that would spare your subscription feed as well. So, yeet.
The year was 1933. We stood there, you and me, as the smoke cleared from the train. There were puddles in the street. We strolled to Boîte de Nuit to watch the cabaret.